Okay.
why we are doing it. I think in your experience also, you have done a lot of training programs and other things for the industries, professionals, not for the general public.
Okay.
And my main objective is when all the rules and regulations are meant for the benefit of everyone. Why it is only covered in industries or professionals or among the group who know the subject already or who are aware about it. But actually speaking, as a layman, as a common man, I would like to make it people should know about it because most of the people we do a mistake because we don't know about it. And if we know the subject, it builds a confidence so that I can also handle it. As far as the fire is concerned, it is not restricted only to the industries. It can happen everywhere. It is an emergency. It can happen in the industry, in the office, in the premises, in the bus, road accidents. Many things are there where a fire emergency can be found. And as far as the compliances are concerned, government has taken a lot of initiative depending on the statistics available with them or the records available with them. What all the possible way the fire can happen, how best we can tackle at the incident place. That's the reason in my building, 31 floors are there. At least 31 fire extinguishers are already there. But 31 floors means 112 flats. If I go and ask anybody how to use this, nobody knows about it. See, according to me, the definition of waste is if I don't know the application, that is a waste to me. That's how the people started looking at the compliances. It is not applicable to me because I don't know how to use it. How best it can help me. How best it can make my life easier. Or I can do something for the society or my own family members in case of emergency. That's the reason I say compliances are our companion. Companion is nothing but a friend. Friend is the only one person in this world who will advise you before you do a mistake. He will not say anything after you do a mistake. If somebody is saying, Vijay, you have done a mistake, after the mistake has happened, he is not a friend to me. He was just waiting that I should do a mistake so that he can come and comment on it. The person will definitely come and tell me, see, Vijay, you want to do this, but why don't you think all these angles so that you should not get into any kind of a problems in it and your objective is achieved. That's what is happening in almost all the compliances, not only in India, all over the world. It is looking like a waste now because I don't know about it.
True.
Why not build
Absolutely.
the confidence?
Yeah.
This session will be more of what do you call, building the confidence, showing them the application, how best it is, why it is implemented. Many people say, including me, is not doing anything to us. Government has done. They cannot come to my home and correct it. They can make a generalized rule so that it is beneficial to many people. I should follow it, not manage it. If the maintenance department makes an error, it will be a blunder. If the management department makes a mistake, it can be corrected or it can be amended. That is the difference between manage and maintain. I'm not an expert in a safety, I am not an expert in anything. I'm a layman, common man. Whenever I see anything, I say I should do something for it. At least start with me.
Yeah,
At least
actually,
start.
thing is, I think I got a very good opportunity to communicate with the community because of this program. Previously, we have conducted community programs here for first aid, and for firefighting, we have conducted for hospitals as well. I mean, your concern, I totally understand the concern. And regarding that, I think, yeah, I am okay with what your main learning outcomes or objectives are. So I'm sure that I'll be
Because
able to deliver.
I should do something which is not done by anybody
Correct, correct.
and which is need of the time.
Yes, it is truly the need of the time. And
It is the
this
need of a
is,
time.
it is the need of the time. We were discussing this, I think, 1.5 year back, uh, about creating this, what you call, capacity building for disaster management. We were
Yeah,
discussing the same things, but
I I,
unfortunately, someone
I
had
was a
to
part
start
of
from
a
somewhere.
I was a part of a disaster management team at district level.
Okay,
I
okay,
made the way. I worked in almost all the field of wherever the safety people can work,
okay.
not just an observer,
Yeah,
part of it.
part of. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, regarding the content and all, it will be delivered according to that itself. Surely, all the learning objectives will be important to them on that day.
So now I'll be sending whatever the discussion we are making here.
Okay,
You send me the link so that I can put it in my YouTube. Send it to almost all fire authorities of India.
okay. So,
We are not doing.
yeah. So, what I'll do now is I'll just tell you what topics we'll cover today. Cover in this, I think, 1 hour session. 1 hour is very less. It can go till 1.5 hour if it is okay.
It will go for 45 minutes first.
Yeah.
Remaining 30 minutes will be kept for a open session
Open.
where the questions will be there.
Okay. Done.
I would
So,
like to make an interactive. See,
okay.
you will be an expert on the subject, technicality, implementation, what all things are there, how to do it. As a common man, I'll be asking a question.
Okay.
You may be explaining something. I'll inter ask you unnecessary questions so that the people's mind can be opened up.
Correct.
They should get a curiosity. Yes, there is a there is a scope for me also. I can utilize here also.
Yes.
The
So,
human nature. Why I am doing all this? Human nature is they want to do something.
yes.
Everybody is interested to do something to the society,
Correct.
and this is one of the best way that they can contribute.
Yes.
That realization has to be out of this Google Meet or whatever we are doing it. It costs nothing to us, but
Correct.
at least sow a seed.
Yes. True.
Sow a seed. It depends upon the where you have sown, what kind of atmosphere it is, whether it will become a plant or not. Let's not worry about it.
Correct.
This conversation, why I wanted to record, why I wanted to make a Google Meet is so that we know each other. Our objective is very same. I don't want technical terms to be communicated to people who many people know about it. It is there in the back of their mind.
Correct.
But applied, when the situation comes, they are the first people to run away because they never practically experienced it.
Correct.
They're
Correct.
not done it.
Yeah.
So why not conduct something? That day you may have to show something, you may have to drawings has to be there. People's questions will be irrelevant.
Yes.
And one more reason of conducting this and inviting all the fire officers or authorities or compliance, regulatory authorities is a one kind of a gratitude expression. What they are doing, putting their life into risk.
Correct.
Sir, we know your efforts and I respect it. That's the reason the service day, 1944 disaster, we are observing that. Let's communicate the gratitude. The
Yes.
communication should be we should touch the emotions. If somebody is doing something good for me, definitely I'll appreciate them. That the best example that I can give it to is whenever we see a movie, we cry, we laugh, all emotions will come out of it. It's only because we get involved in it. The same accident happens on the road where I'm walking. I don't even look at it because there is no binding between that person and me. Emotionally, I'm detached. If I come to know he's a neighbor to me, he's staying in my locality, immediately I rush.
Yes.
So this is the way I would like to express the gratitude to the people who are actually on the field in case of emergency. They put everything there. It may be for their livelihood.
Yes.
Even I'm doing for a livelihood. But the risk that they are going
Yeah.
through and risk that I am going through, Jamin Asman ka farak.
True. True. Exactly.
So this has to come in the conversation that the people should get a feeling emotionally bound, respect them. So this kind of a
Yes.
questions I'll be asking so that at least one person in the group gets this feeling we have done it.
Yes.
Now, you are the first person who has accepted my invitation. Thank you very much. And I would like to, on record, I make it introduction by yourself so that it goes to the people wherever I'm sending it across. Your
Correct.
introduction, because you are a AMS safety, BTech, there are a lot of degrees attached to it. So it is better you explain what exactly, how do you want to introduce yourself?
So I am Yugandhar Fanivarma, and I have done my master's in industrial safety engineering with BTech in electrical and electronics engineering. And my profession into safety started in the year of 2010. So since 2010, this 2023, I am into the field of safety. And primary objective of safety function is to save people's lives. So that's where it triggered, and we always deal with emergency situations. So always at the back of our heads or minds, it's always there that you have to be ready for anything that is going to happen. So we are trained in that way, and we train others in that way. So that is our primary objective of our responsibility in safety. Basically in industries. So that is about me, and I'm a consultant, director and consultant for Center for Health, Safety and Environment. This organization I started in 2016, and since then I'm running this organization. So it's been almost like 7 years into training and consulting. I've been consulting for several industries regarding this safety, health, safety, environment, and fire as well. So that is a short description about me.
Thank you. I'll be putting it across so that
Okay.
people know that who is talking about it. And whatever the discussion that we did it before, the objective behind it.
Yeah. And
It is not going to be a,
on
yeah,
that
you
day,
say,
what we will do is uh, we will discuss about fire, the fire extinguishers, how to operate them, how to communicate in terms of emergency, and what will be the evacuation procedure that they have to follow. And be it anywhere, be it malls, theaters, buildings, hospitals, anywhere, this is the only procedure they have to follow. If they follow that, they will be safe, and they can even help others in if something happens. And if any unfortunate incident, if the person is trapped in fire, what they should do? Because
yes,
if they're trapped in fire, how they should escape from that situation, or how
yes.
can they save themselves? So that topic also we'll cover in that particular session. I think
I,
this
I, I
will,
would like to add, I would like to add one more thing.
yeah,
The fire can happen on the road also.
yes,
When you're traveling, it can happen on the roads also. Nowadays, the electronic vehicle and many incidents of catching a fire of the bus, train, everything is happening.
correct,
And especially hazardous chemical transportation.
okay,
People are unaware about it. They go touch to touch.
yes,
At least we should make them, if you see a symbol like this, be
be
away from it.
cautious. True, true, true.
Be away from it.
Yeah,
It naturally makes your life easy.
yes,
What others doing, don't worry about it.
yeah.
hazardous, all the messages are there. Everything is printed. It is once again mandatory. People print it. And if I cannot understand it, it is a black and it's no use. It's a
True.
waste investment.
Correct. 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 So yeah, we'll
Let's
cover that as well. Yes.
where all we can.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
What the compliances have already done it.
Hmm.
Start observing. They should not get limited to fire safety or road safety. Should every compliances has a meaning.
Yes.
Nowadays, all the compliances are not only limited to India. They have become a part of national promotion of adaptation, which is a commitment from India to UN also.
Correct. Correct. Yes.
So your contribution, whatever you, the knowledge will help you not only to yourself, your country will, the nature. See, that's how we come to environment.
True.
Your small change in your behavior, a knowledge will help you to make the environment better. Environment doesn't mean it's the nature. Environment, my own home, my own family relations. That is also an environment. The best environment is I should respect the authorities. I should have a trust over those rules and regulations. That can only happen when I understand what is there in me. That is the objective of conducting this seminar. See, this year's theme is very high. Infrastructure. I would like to say all human beings are the biggest infrastructure for any civilization. If their mindset changes, no risks are there.
Yes.
So you should be get prepared in this way. And I'll be sending it to some of the authorities here in locally, whatever the email ID that I have, and some of the people I know it, and I can say that why don't you be the part of it, or you promote in your own group,
Sure. Sure. Definitely.
so that a
Definitely.
lot the if I say there is a seminar, people say why should I?
Hmm.
What you are going to get in that? This will be the introduction video along with the flyers with what our objective is. If it make a sense, please participate.
Yes.
And finally, I would like to make an announcement to the participants. You just in your own building, how many fire extinguishers are there? Is there any expiry written on that? Is it refilled before the date or not? They need to submit the report back. And second thing is hoses. What are hoses surrounding the buildings are there? Is it comes near the parking place? Is it hindered by any parking? Because most of the builders have sold every places available in the complex without considering all these simple parameters. Most of the buildings that I have visited so far, the hose is just in the parking. Suppose the fire brigade comes also, they would like to reach there, it will take a hell of a time. Because that time the driver will not be available, he's already panicked. Those small information that you can make a questionnaire of it, and I'll be giving a succulent as a gift to them. We'll select 5 people out of it. That's what the video I have put into the group today. The succulents I grown from leaf. These are attractive plants. I will give it to them as a gift so that they promote it. That plant will talk about the fire safety in their whole lifetime. That there's a reminder. So I got a 14th. Now I'm looking for 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Let's say how many people will participate. Today's discussion, I'll be putting it across so the people can have a look. Or you can put yourself, this is what I'm going to be a part of it. This is the objective behind it. You put in your LinkedIn, I'll put in my LinkedIn. How many people get back to us and participate in it? And ask questions. Interactive session. It should not be, I'm just talking and you are just listening. In between, I'll put my video off and do whatever I want to do it. That should not be the case. It will be interactive session. And if it is 30 minutes, your lecture, 45 minutes question answer, then we are successful. It is not, I went on going, saying something, finally, no questions were there. It means nobody is interested to know about it. This will be more of a interactive session rather than just doing routinely done seminar. It should not be the case.
Sure,
This is
that I
what
will
the
ensure.
expectation. This is my expectation,
Yeah,
and this is a need of the time also.
true, true, true.
So let's try. It's a team job. A
Yes,
doctor
definitely.
can only give a medicine. I know about the medicine, but I cannot give a medicine. I cannot treat anybody. You are an expert. The guidance should come from a horse's mouth, so that authenticity is there. Although I know the subject, I cannot guide a people. I will never guide a people. If situation comes, I'll take action because I know the subject. I know the subject. I can handle it. We have done so many master drills and other drills because I worked with a director of industrial health and safety, and I used to be a part of their session, whether they like it or they don't like it. Many sessions they need to invite me as a guest, be a part of it. I don't know why, but I was there. That's how I got an interest into the subject. That's how I met Jitu Patel also, Ashok also. That's how I got connected to the people. I don't know, somehow they like me, although I am not in the profession, but I am in the group.
Yes.
I'm in the group.
But the
So,
thought of saving others, that's where safety starts from. I mean,
yeah,
that is a key thing actually.
the biggest service is saving.
Yes,
Whether it's a
saving
money
is the biggest.
saving or time saving or life saving is ultimate.
True.
If you save money, you will never have any botheration. The word saving, it's important. How much earn you is not important. How much you save, that is important.
Correct.
That's what I would like. See, I'll be asking you unnecessary questions. Please don't mistake me
Yeah, no
in the
issues.
session. But
No problem.
clarify the mind of the people so that they should feel that there is something for us. There is something for us. Why not participate in it? Not for others, at least myself. Then we can conduct many sessions. People will come forward. Why don't you teach us on how to utilize the extinguisher? How do we this thing? This
Yes.
is how I can give back to the society. Create a curiosity. Things can happen in a but its objective should be very simple, straightforward,
Yes.
not for commercial application.
True.
This is my responsibility. If I know something, I should communicate to at least my own people around me. The and any industrial part, any fire officer from an industry is participating it. There will be a competition of their family members should write on a fire safety without having a training how much they have learned from their own siblings. Suppose if you are a fire safety officer, the moment you go home, you discuss about what you have done, what you have learned, how you tackle the situation, what all the instruments that you used. In the process, the family get trained without any obligation, without any compulsion, and they will definitely apply that knowledge in their own groups. It helps a lot.
Yes, certainly. I mean, that's a
This
very
kind
good
of
thought there.
competition can be conducted and among, say, it is not only the training session. Myself participating a scenario, I will definitely go and discuss with this my family members because I want my family should be safe, or I must have felt proud of doing something. In the way, in the process, the family gets trained,
Yes,
kids will get trained. That is the real training sessions that's happening in the world. And if I'm not discussing with my family member, I'm always busy with my work. No point. There's no life. I think 70% people are not belongs to that category.
they should pass on. Actually, they won't do it. They should pass on. Pass on the things that they
They
can.
are passing it on. They are passing it on. If they are not passing, let's create a
Correct, correct.
conduct a say competition or video competition.
Actually, that's a strong message that I give in all of my trainings. Whenever I do first aid trainings of fire safety, I tell them very seriously. Be it employees. See, today whatever you have learned, you should share it to your families. So this is my this is one thing that I do
That is,
with
see,
this.
you're sowing a seed in a proper atmosphere.
Yes,
Whether they water it or not water it, it is up to them to decide.
correct, correct.
But as far as you are concerned, you have sown the seed in a proper place. A conducive atmosphere is there.
Yes,
If three persons also water it, it can make a big difference in the society.
true, exactly.
To begin with, we need one person. One can become two, two can become four can become 16. I don't want 100 and they start becoming 90, 80, 60, 40, and someday nobody is there.
Yes,
Let's start with the one.
sure,
So,
definitely.
thank you very much for giving me your support.